Rev it up and welcome to Cars Yeah, show number 1320.
Most people's main obstacle to success is their own belief that success is not for them.
This is Cars Yeah, where you'll enjoy interviews with inspiring automotive enthusiasts. Mark Green is here to provide you with a fuel injection of automotive inspiration. So get in, sit down, buckle up, and get ready for a wild ride here on Cars Yeah.
Hello, automotive enthusiasts. I'm revved up and so excited to introduce today's very special guest, calling in from the beautiful Ohio Valley of Kentucky, Billy Baugus. Hey, Billy, are you buckled up and ready for a fun ride?
I'm ready to go. Let's rock.
All right, my friend. Billy Baugus is the owner of American Detailer Garage. His company provides car care cleaning products that improve efficiency, providing the user with simplicity of use. Billy is a veteran in the car care industry and a proud American Patriot who began his career in his late teens. He was at first a DIY guy, a weekend warrior in detailing Marines vehicles during his time in the service. From there, he grew up detailing businesses to service production shops, auction houses, and body shops. For over 2 decades, he has turned his methods and processes into a car care brand through his training classes and his U.S.-made products. Billy also won the Supplier of the Year award from the IDA in 2018. Congratulations for that. So, Billy, first and foremost, thank you for your service to this country in the Marine Corps. Hoorah! I've told our listeners just a little bit about you. Would you take a moment and share a little more about your career and a very obvious passion for making sure vehicles look their best?
Well, let me start with hoorah, brother. Thank you very much. Very good intro. Welcome. Now, I've done this my entire life. I'm probably 43 years old this year and starting in my late teens. In the service, I was in the Marine Corps, so I was detailing cars for other Marines. I was pressing out camis, which is BDUs for everybody that's not a Marine, and polishing boots. So everything I did was pressing stuff out, making it look good, polishing boots, detailing cars. When I got out of the Marine Corps, that's the one thing that stuck with me. And I was in my early 20s, and I just bought a truck. It was 2 years old, a lot of money, so I wanted to learn how to take care of my truck. Funny thing is, somebody told me to go buy some McGuire. I said, what's the best wax? They said, go get some McGuires. I don't see any McGuires. I'm looking for MC Guires, right? McGuires.
Oh.
I don't see it. It was the old A12, right? The old Marine bottle. So I did find it eventually, and then that's probably where it really hit deep with me. I knew that this is something I was going to continue on with for it's just something that always gives back. This industry has always given back to me to this date, over 2 decades.
Yeah, it really does. Having been in it for decades like I was, you meet great people. You mentioned in our pre-show chat, we both know Jason Kilmer, who's been a guest on the show, detailer extraordinaire, awesome guy. So we have a fun story to share today. As we continue with your journey, I always like to start with a success quote or a mantra. This is some kind of saying that's been instrumental in forming your life and your success. It's a great way to get the inspirational tires turning and the random orbital wheel buffer spinning. I like the way I transitioned that. So Billy, take the wheel.
All right. So I was never really a motivational guy. I always feel like motivational is like 1 cup of coffee. It's going to get you for about an hour, but I like persistence in the long term until recently. And my buddy Adam Cote actually made this quote, and it stuck with me. And it's something that I think applied to me early in life and applies to a lot of people today. And that is, most people's main obstacle to success is their own belief that success is not for them. I really believe that's true. There's a lot of guys that don't give themselves enough credit, especially in this industry. I think that quote is very, very monumental.
That's awesome. How have you incorporated that quote into your business and your life?
Well, I came from a rough background, Mark. I mean, from when I was a kid, I was in detention center 3 times before I was 18 years old. I'd been in and out of the service and I had a kid. I was a father by 23. So you keep making mistakes, you learn to wear a helmet, right? You just, get bumps on the head. So, but early in life, what I had gone through in life, I just didn't feel like success was for me. And maybe I was my own worst enemy. And it took the confidence and progression throughout the years to realize, hey, there really is a spot for you. I think there's a spot for everybody. There's a passion. God blessed you with a talent. If people would dig deep inside and find that talent and how to apply it, then they will find success. That comes with confidence.
I love that. Well, let's have you share a story that instigated your personal passion for caring for vehicles. Is there a pivotal moment in your life when you knew that you were indeed a car guy?
There was. My parents were divorced. I flew into Arkansas. My mom picked me up, and she's like, I want you to find my car out here in the parking lot. And I look around. It was an 85 Z28 with T-tops, an 85 Z28. So I guess people have poor stories and all kind. I didn't have any money. So, 85 Z28 and 86 is kind of cool. My mom had that, and I had a T-shirt to match her car that she had bought me. So I guess that's where it started with the third-gen Camaros, and I had many of them throughout the years, but that's probably where it started at. I was probably, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, cool mom.
She was, yeah. Back in the day, she was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. My mom bought a RX-7 when they first came out, and I thought, whoa, what are you doing, Ma? I never thought you liked cars very much, but she became a sports car gal after having that thing. So, yeah, to this day, she drives a little BMW coupe. So, very cool. Shout out for Mom. Well, what I want to do is take a look at some of the roads you've driven down. You already alluded to some challenges you've had in life, maybe a failure or two, and I'd love for you to share one of those with us. But more importantly, how did you overcome that situation, and what did it teach you? That's the most valuable thing about failing. Always fail forward, I like to say. So walk us through one of those times for you, if you would.
Yeah, well, so, maybe I'll write a book at some point. Probably will. Growing up, I didn't really have anybody to really look up to much. I was close to my uncle, but we didn't see each other a whole lot. So never been close to my father. My mother and I have been off and on, and I got no problem saying that. I just really didn't have anybody to look up to. I went in the Marine Corps, and like I said, I got out. I was in my early 20s, and I was a stubborn young kid with, so much energy. A lot of times I went off in the wrong direction, did the wrong things. Really, and if I do write the book, people will find out that this industry is what really, raised me, is this industry, because this is the one thing in life. And I've had many, 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 many failures in life, many, really big setbacks that really crushed me, This industry, although it has had its challenges, this industry has always been here for me. The auto detailing industry, that is, has always been there for me. So the biggest obstacle to overcome is kind of ties into my motivational quote is I didn't believe success was for me. In late 2015, I launched my own Facebook group, American Detailer Garage, and later, launched the company. And we had nothing but acceptance throughout the industry, and we've seen nothing but success. So I almost want to pinch myself on days when I wake up and I failed so much in life. How in the world do we succeed now?
I love this whole story. Let me ask you this. What is it? And I think I already know the answer. Maybe for me, it might be different for you, but let's see where you go with this. What is it about the detailing industry and caring for people's cars, your own or others, that you think help guide you down a positive?
Well, I got ADHD like everybody else in the industry.
Focus, got you focused.
It got me focused, and it gave me a return on investment immediately, same day or maybe the next day. It was the one thing that I could put time in and see a return. Like, you can go punch a clock for a company and work a job, and you don't see that return till maybe the first week. It's going to take 2 weeks, and from there on, it's every week or every 2 weeks. It's like instant gratification, and I think we all suffer from that to some degree.
Yeah, I think it's great. That's what it was for me when I was a kid, and I started doing cars. I was 14, and the fact that you could spend a day with somebody's car and step back and go, "Wow, that looks remarkably better than when it got here," and then they go crazy over it. It's a huge reward, a big pat on the back, and then they hand you money. And if I'm like you, which I have a feeling we're similar in this sense, I enjoyed doing it. It was fun.
Yeah, and then they hand you money. That's I've always said that, man. Making a customer happy, blowing their mind, or watching them, become passionate about what they're passionate about. They're passionate about their car. Now they're passionate about their car even more because of the way that you made it look, and they're going to hand you some cash.
Yeah, it's great. I was just last weekend at the Boys Republic in Chino Hills, Los Angeles. It's a reform school, basically, for kids that go the wrong way. And one of the things I interviewed, it's funded in part by Steve McQueen Foundation. Chad McQueen, his son's been a guest here. I got to interview him. We were shooting an episode of Cars Yeah TV, and I interviewed Chris Burns, who's the director at the school. And I asked him some questions about how you motivate kids. How do you take kids that are basically in the court system and ready to be sent to prison, but the judge sees a little spark in them and sends them to the Boys Republic? And he said, many times we're the first time in their lives that we show them they have value, and we give them skills to do something they can be proud of. And they've never had. So I think it relates to what we're talking about right now, right?
Well, it does. And then that's why, I have such an intimate relationship with this industry. is because, when nobody else, early in life, when nobody else gave me a chance, this industry always gave me a chance, whether it be a customer, distributor, now, product manufacturer, from everybody that we blend with and to the end user. They love us. We've done apparently a good job, and it's paid dividends in the industry that raised me. Like I said before, the industry that raised me and took me from a boy to a man and to an even better refined businessman. I can relate to that. And I also can see the correlation with the struggling young boys too. All they want somebody to care about them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we all want. We just want somebody to love us and care for us and give us some encouragement and a little bit of gratitude for what we do. Well, let's have a little bit of fun and talk about your first really special vehicle. Is there a car in your life that had a great meaning for you?
Yeah, I suppose, early in life or now?
Anytime. I always say the first car that had great meaning for you, which sometimes could be your first car, even if it's kind of a piece of junk.
I had an IROC. I had an 87 IROC Camaro. We're going back to my mom, right?
Yeah.
And that third gen Camaro, I had an IROC. I bought it for like $2,500. Bought it. Motor went out in it. I had the motor rebuilt. That was the first car that I did a full wet sand on. So I pulled the body moldings off of it. I sanded the entire car, removed the orange peel, polished it out. It had the hood louvers. It was just a beautiful, beautiful car. And I sold it a few years later. But I guess that would be it. And like I said earlier, there weren't many Porsches, Ferraris, and stuff like that around. So that probably was the first vehicle that I had that I really thought, man, I've really got something here. And the hatch didn't even close all the way.
Well, sounds like a cool car. How about seller's remorse? Is there a vehicle you've let go that you really wish you had back?
Yeah, there probably is. Maybe more than a vehicle. I'm in Kentucky, so I'm a gun guy. Right after I launched American Detailer Garage, the company, I know we'll get into that a little bit later. But I had sold my Z06, and then later on, when I was trying to get this company funded, I sold one of my motorcycles, and I had two really special rifles. One was a sniper rifle, the other one was a .308 caliber, assault rifle. And I sold those. They were expensive rifles. I had them well tuned, had them built, to my specs and everything, and I sold them. So I guess a motorcycle, a car, and a couple of rifles along the way. Somewhat remorse. I wouldn't trade them for my business.
Well, I always say, if you have something like that, an asset that you can sell to fund something that will grow you in the future so you can get something like that again, that was a good choice.
I agree. And you learn along the way too.
Well, of course. Maybe you should buy some of the things you bought. I've learned that lesson many times over, for sure. Well, I would love for you to tell us what has you excited and fired up about your business, American Detailer Garage, and talk a little bit more too about the products that you have manufactured and that you sell. I've done that. I did that for decades. That is not an easy business, so kudos to you for that.
Oh, you get beat up every day. It's like being in the pit, some kind of rock music concert or something. You're getting beat up every day from somebody in one direction or another. And it's a lot of fun. We got 3 products on the market right now. We got Wipeout, which is our rinseless wash. It's a clay lube. It's a great glass cleaner. We got it in 2 colors. We got it in blue. We just launched it in pink recently for the guys out there with Ceramic Pro. They've been a big fan of ours and helped promote us, and so we made one especially for them. And Wipeout has been very successful in the market. We've got F-Bomb, which is our true multi-purpose cleaner. When I say multi-purpose, from paint to wet sanding, lube to cleaning leather seats, we have a product that's extremely versatile in all aspects. You can clean tires and engines, all the way down to wet sanding and cleaning leather seats. Like I mentioned, it's a pretty remarkable product. We're proud of it. And Valor is our spray sealant. It's a higher concentrated kind of spray sealant that you can apply to wet paint during the rinseless wash process and dry and basically wash and wax in one step. We got some other things we're working on. We've had some failures along the way too. While we're talking about failures, we've had some failures along the way, but that's just part of business. We now we've learned to expect that. I'm really excited about the future products that we're working on. We're working on with the tire dressing now. I'm really focused on training, Mark, is the industry, like I said before, that I've mentioned, that raised me, the industry that raised me. They've accepted me. They love us, and they've awarded us the 2018 Supplier of the Year award. Now I want to get back. So I'm really looking forward to doing more hands-on training. We've done some with Ceramic Pro. We've done some with SB3 coatings. We've done several hands-on training, and the feedback that we get from the training events are remarkable. So I'm a trenches detailer. I came from the auction house, the production shops. I came from the grind, and we really relate to the guys out there doing the $150, $250 detail jobs and car lot cars and stuff like that. And I really look forward to the future progress of the company the growth and also working hand in hand with all these guys that have the same aspirations I had 20 years ago.
It's absolutely brilliant. I love what you're doing. Really proud of what you're doing, Billy. And what's the best way for people to learn about your products and get their hands on them?
You can visit our website. It's AmericanDetailerGarage.com. We also have a business page, American Detailer Garage, and we also have the Facebook group, American Detailer Garage. That's a closed group.
There you go. I will put all of those things on Billy's show notes page on the Cars Yeah website. Just go there, type in Billy Baugus, Baugus, and that page will pop up. I encourage you to give some of these products a try. Obviously, well-tested, well-used, and work extremely well on your vehicles. So, Billy, up next is the last lap. Before we put the pedal to the metal, let's say thank you to my sponsors here at Cars Yeah. Do you know the best way to protect your vehicle, both the exterior and the interior, is with a car cover? I've been using Covercraft car covers since 1975. That's right, 1975. It's a fast, easy, and inexpensive way to keep your vehicle looking new. Covercraft has been manufacturing premium quality exterior and interior covers for over 50 years with a stellar reputation for durability and design. They're the world's largest manufacturer of custom patterned vehicle covers that are crafted to fit over 80,000 patterns and growing. They are the only cover I'll put on my vehicles. You can choose from a wide variety of fabrics, styles, colors, and more. From full cover designs for factory to custom-made vehicles, plus convertible top covers, trucks, truck cab coolers, motorcycles, scooters, ATVs, trailers, campers, personal watercraft, and a wide variety of custom features. Covercraft is the right choice. Learn more today at covercraft.com and tell them Mark sent you. That's covercraft.com. Are you looking for a way to get your products or services into the ears of thousands of automotive enthusiasts around the globe? I can help. This is Mark Green here at Cars Yeah, and I'd be honored to be an influencer and ambassador for your brand in a unique and personal way. 5 days a week, thousands of subscribers and listeners enjoy the Cars Yeah podcast and website. Contact me today and I'll show you how at mark@carsyeah.com or connect with me through the Cars Yeah website at carsyeah.com. Hey, Mark Green here from Cars Yeah. Did you know you can now see me on the Cars Yeah TV show? It's a weekly visit to some of my past Cars Yeah podcast guests, and I take you along for the ride. You go behind the garage door and into their lives, their businesses, and you get to see what makes them successful. With tens of millions of viewers, Cars Yeah TV is making its mark. Cars Yeah TV is available on MAV TV and Lucas Oil Racing TV. You'll find MAV TV on Direct TV, Fubo TV, Fios by Verizon, or you can stream it through Lucas Oil Racing Television online. And they said I only had a face for podcasting. All right, Billy, we are back. We're entering the last lap, and I'm going to fire off a series of questions that I want you to give our listeners some very quick blips of the throttle answers. But before I do, I have a very introspective question for you, Billy. If you were a vehicle, if you woke up tomorrow and you were a car, maybe in need of a polish or a wax, what kind of vehicle would Billy be and why?
You know, Mark, I'd probably be an extended hood 379 Peterbilt semi-truck because I pack a heavy load every day, but I try to have a little bit of class while I'm doing it.
That's very nice. I like the way you said that. Very good. Cool trucks, too. All right. What's the best automotive advice you've ever received?
Don't fall in love with nothing but your wife.
Hey, that's a good one. Absolutely. Would you share one of your personal habits you believe has contributed to your many successes?
Personal habits. Yeah, persistence. I think persistence pays off. Just don't quit. You're going to fail. You're going to trip. You're going to fail. When you learn to walk, you fail all the time. Skint your knees up, skint your elbows up. Persistence pays off every single time.
You know, this is a common theme with all entrepreneurs that have been on this show. Persistence, tenacity, just grit, just hard work. You just got to work all the time, keep moving forward. How about a resource? Is there one that you'd like to share with our listeners?
Yeah, a couple of different ones there. American Detailer Garage obviously is one. And autofiber.com, autofiber towels. The one thing that we do, Mark, with American Detailer Garage, like I said before, I'm a trenches detailer. I'm in there with the guys, and we try to connect them with other great companies that can help them out and give them good quality products. So American Detailer Garage, autofiber.com, autoaldi.com, and these are obviously distributors and sponsors of ours. Detailkegs.com. If you've never had a detail keg, you better get one. It'll change your world.
A detail keg. Okay, I'm a little concerned about this one. Tell me what a detail keg is other than You drink a whole lot of beer and your car looks a lot better.
Yeah, well, that's one way to look at it. You can look at it a couple of different ways. DetailKegs.com. Detail Keg changed my life, and it changed my life probably 6 months ago. I don't detail full time anymore, but it's basically a pressurized keg, like you would see, your soda or beer delivered in. You can get them in 2 gallons or 5 gallons, and these kegs pressurize to 130 psi, and they hold the pressure. So the guys out there that say, "Well, Billy, I can't afford to buy a pressure washer. I cannot afford to go out and buy a big air compressor." This is what you need. Buy 2 kegs. Put F-bomb in one, put Wipeout in the other. We clean engine bays, wheels, tires inside my shop, and I have a big hot water pressure washer, but I don't use it that often because I have these. So you got 130 psi of pressure. So it's like having your own little pressure washer.
That's so cool. I gotta check that out.
You can probably wash 10 to 15 cars. If you went somewhere like maybe to an auction or a showroom or somewhere and they don't want water runoff on the floor, you can use a detail keg and use our rinseless wash product and detail probably 10 to 15 cars on a dry floor, walk away with money and no mess.
Wow. That is very cool. Well, I'll make sure I put a link to that on Billy's show notes page so you can check that one out as well as his products. Now, if I could arrange for you to sit down and have a drink with anyone in the automotive industry, living or deceased, who would that be?
It'd be Omar Salinas.
Omar Salinas. Yeah.
Omar Salinas. And I don't know where he went. I don't know where he's at. I can't find him. But he's the man when I came out of the military that introduced me to detailing. I went right into a dealership, was doing cars, and he was kind of like the lead detailer. And Omar was Special Forces in the Army. And Omar would make me wipe down the showroom cars every morning, and he would go back and check if there was fingerprints or something left behind on the glass. He'd always make me redo it. I used to get so mad. I was a young kid, and I wish I could show him what we've done today, all these 23 years later. If I could sit down with anybody and have a drink, it'd be that man right there, Omar Salinas, that planted the seed 23 years ago to where we are today.
Well, I tell you, I've got thousands of listeners in over 80 countries around the world. So if anybody out there knows Omar Salinas, have him check out and contact Billy. He'd like to buy him a drink. That was like a plan.
He's from Los Angeles. He's from Los Angeles. He lived here in Kentucky. I don't know where he is. I've tried to find him. And
maybe back in L.A. There's only like a billion people there. So at least you can narrow it down to that city.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I was just there. So I know. How about a book? Is there a book you'd like to share with our listeners that you've enjoyed reading?
I think there's so many good books out there. I think there's a lot of good books on business. I think building your mental core, building your mind, and building your brain is the most important parts. And most recently, David Goggins in the book Can't Hurt Me is probably the best one. And I'll tell you why real quick. Because the demographics of our industry come from all over. Some people come from money. Some people come from nothing. Some guys went to prison. Some came out. But that book, You Can't Hurt Me, or Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins talks about strengthening the mental mind. I don't care how good you are at business, how talented you are at your skill, you're going to get rejection. You're going to get kicked out. You're going to get a lot of rejection in life. As the more success you want to attain, the more rejection you're going to get. Build your mind first to accept rejection.
I love it. That is awesome. I have not read that book. I'm going to get myself a copy and read it and learn from it. You can find all these links on Billy's show notes page on the Cars Yeah website. Just type Billy Baugus, Baugus, into the search bar, and all those links will pop right up for you. All right, I'm up to the last question here, and it can be a bit of a doozy. Today, I'm going to buy you a very cool, any cool collector car on the planet. Doesn't matter who belongs to it or owns it or where it is. I'm going to deliver it to you there in Kentucky, but there's a couple rules to this little game. One is you can't sell it to fund your business even more. You got to keep it, got to drive it. No garage queens allowed here, and it's the only cool collector car you can have in your garage. So what can I buy you today, Billy?
I think I would take a 72 Chevelle.
Oh, we're still talking Chevys here. I love it.
Chevrolet and American made.
Yeah. What do you love about the 72 Chevelle? I mean, that's a great car.
I love the Bugatti Veyron. The Bugatti Veyron is probably my favorite car on paper. When I look at it, cost breakdown, heritage, and I'm an American Patriot. So when I look at heritage, and I'm a big fan of tradition and the history. So I like the history of that car, the Chevelle, and going back to the days when they were drag racing and things like that. My buddy had an old Cutlass, which is a cheaper version of a Chevelle many, many years ago. It's just a car that I think is still to this day can be cool, can be hip. All these years later, very nice car, beautiful body lines. If I was a car, I'd probably be that kind of old, but I still look all right, Mark.
Very cool, my friend. I love it. 72 Chevelle. What color would you like that to be? Do you want a convertible or a hardtop?
I'm not picky. It doesn't matter. It could be a convertible. If you're buying, I'll take a convertible, and I'll take it in red with black stripes. How about that?
Convertible in red with black stripes. Okay. I'll get to work on that for you. Sounds like a pretty cool car. Okay, there you go. Absolutely. I'm going to honk the horn, though, when I come in there. I don't want you to think I'm in there stealing anything. Well, Billy, you have taken us on a great ride today. I really enjoyed getting to know you better. I'm so glad that we connected, and I want to thank you for sharing your amazing journey to success here. I see a very bright continuing future for you with your business. Could you offer us one little parting piece of wisdom and guidance before you rip off into the sunset in the Kentucky hills in that 72 Chevelle convertible, red with black stripes?
It sounds good every time you say it.
I know.
Yeah, persistence pays off. If I can do it, you can do it. I grew up as a troubled kid, special ed kid, ADHD, detention center, and I was able to come out here and do something, a little bit of something, and impact other people's lives. So I would say persistence pays off, and there's somebody out there somewhere. As long as you stick with it and persistence, you're going to change their life too. Change people's lives, make people's lives better. You don't come first, you come second. Everybody else comes first.
You know what, Billy? That right there, what you just said, after interviewing 1,320 people, that is the secret sauce to a good life. Give it back to others. Whether you realize it or not, you are at your best. You feel your best when you're giving back to others. So you figured it out. You're one smart guy. And what's the best way for our listeners to learn more about you and your business?
Well, I'm on Facebook, Billy Baugus on Facebook. I don't post a lot on my personal page, AmericanDetailerGarage.com, American Detailer Garage Facebook business page, or the American Detailer Garage Facebook group, or come to one of our training classes. You're liable to catch me out there with Ceramic Pro, SB3 Coatings. I'm doing an event this month in Lexington with Detail Lex. I'm doing an event next month in Hershey, Pennsylvania with Rennie Dole and Barry Thiel.
Hey, Rennie, yeah, he's a friend of mine.
With Rennie.
Cool guy.
And then in September, I'll be in Pittsburgh doing an event with Autoality and Angel Wax and the guys out there doing another training class. So we're trying to get more mainstream, but if you happen to show up at one of our training classes, I'd love to meet you.
Hey, there you go. If you're looking for a career path, something to make you feel good and make others feel good, check out what Billy's up to. Billy, thanks for being so generous today with your time and expertise and for sharing your experiences with the Cars Yeah listeners. Until you and I talk again, I'll see you down the road.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, my friend. You take care of your cars, but who takes care of your investments? Tune-ups aren't just for engines. Updating your financial plan is important too. Your GPS may take you from A to B, but it won't help you on the road to financial freedom. For that, you need a good co-pilot and a very trusted advisor. Chris Kimball, CFP, is just the man for the job. He'll guide you down that road without driving you crazy. For over 25 years, Chris has helped people just like you and me with their financial planning and investments. With a master's degree in financial services, he is eminently qualified, and he's a car guy too. Learn more at chrisvkimball.com or call 866-ON-A-PLAN. Securities through Money Concepts Capital Corp., member FINRA SIPC. CK Financial Services is not affiliated with Money Concepts Capital Corp.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's ride here at Cars Yeah. Drive on over to carsyeah.com to find show notes and inspiring automotive fun. Download your free copy of Filler Up, a fun book filled with gorgeous photographs of fuel filler fun, including quotes from more inspiring automotive enthusiasts. Download your copy today, and we'll see you next time on Cars Yeah.